Good Wednesday morning, my friends. It's hard to believe it's Wednesday already. It feels like we just started this week and we're on Wednesday. And at the same time, we just started this week and oh my God, we're just on Wednesday. I know we're dealing with the tower and there's lots going on for you guys this week. And I apologize for that. But I wanted to make sure that we were able to get some sort of supports in there for you. Yesterday, you got a fantastic meditation that I posted just to really inspire you and get you going. I love how my meditations really support and hit key notes for you guys. So please use your tools, use all that you can to make sure that you've got, well, as much in your corner as you can. And this reading, I'm hoping will help. Today, we're going to channel the angels. Such a fantastic energy and such amazing resource. Today, we're going to see what supports are going to suggest that we connect in with, what information will help us out the most as we round off 2021 and enter into 2022. Now, like always, as I am a tarot girl at heart, I do have the Angel Tarot. Every time I pick it up, which is a month or I would even say every couple weeks, I always say I want an angel deck without lots of blurbs. Just the angels. That's it. I don't need the added gunk. You guys don't need the added gunk. I've never found it. So if you're an artist, that's an idea. Anyway, I also have the Angel Inspiration, which again, fantastic. It just gives you the name. You don't need anything more. If you have extra stuff like that, it just confuses you because what was channeled or written on the bottom of the card may have been important or may apply in some situations historically, but may not apply to you. You need to use that intuitive ability when we're working with the cards, and having extra gunkiness doesn't help. You don't need extra yuck at the bottom. And now I do have Doreen Virtue's Healing with the Angels. Again, there's not a lot written there. I feel okay using Doreen Virtue's cards. This is an older deck. I've had it for years, decade-ish, more, couple decades. We'll go back. So I don't feel bad about having one. I wouldn't buy one of her new decks. She is crashing, burning, and having a lot of problems of her own, and has denounced all her books and all her cards, yet continues to give the revenue from cards and books. So I feel a little bit torn there. I don't mind because I've had this deck for so long. So yeah. If you are looking for a Doreen Virtue deck, go online. You can buy used decks, and then you're not adding to the Doreen's tailspin there. So let's look at how the angels can help you, because we need the help. We need the guidance. We need the support. Let's look at what's going to support us the most this week. And I'm not starting with that deck. They want me to start with this deck. What do the angels want to share with my friends as they end 2021 and head in, to 2022? I love the angel readings. It's such a fantastic energy to work with. I have a lot of fun things coming forward in 2022, and I have some of the stuff that I'm going to keep the same, and this is one of them. The angels are, well, they're not going anywhere, literally. They're with us, but I like the angel readings. They're fun. They're something that we need. Cooperate. Easier said than done. People are starting to really get that sense of priority, entitlement, and with a lot of the supply and demand kind of funkiness that we've got going on, the cooperation, the love, it's not there. We know historically there's been a lot of gimme, gimme, gimme at Christmas. That energy is really, really challenging. We need to take that deep breath. We need to have compassion for self and at least tolerance for those around us. So taking that one step at a time. This will help. Seek within. When we are being pushed, as they will, this time is going to be very challenging for us and them. They may not understand why it's so challenging, yet at the same time, they're still impacted by the energies. They're still being pushed and pulled around. They're in a tower week and don't know why. We need to use our tools, our strategies, and really allow those aspects to shine. The more we stay high vibrational, the more we're staying in our frontal cortex, in our third eye, in our intuition, we're able to create solutions that are going to be meaningful and high vibrational, which means that you're not going to repel a situation. When someone's barking at you, you're not barking back. You're just like, okay, so-and-so's having a bad day. Okay, this sucks. How can I make it better? And that's part of it. We have a lot of tools, a lot of abilities that we brought in from past lifetimes that we're honing and creating in this lifetime. It's time to let them shine, my friends. We know that the demands and expectations of this month get hard on everybody, and not everybody is going to be high vibrational. So part of that is going to also be using your creativity. Do you always need to be in person to do everything? I don't know about you. I don't know where you guys are all from, but I know in my community, we still have click and connect groceries. So you just clicked and you go get them. You can get things delivered. Even small businesses are doing it. It takes some of that friction and energy surge and kind of feeling overwhelmed out of the situation. I don't know about you, but it takes a lot off my plate. I can go click and get my groceries. I don't have to deal with people's expectations, demands, and losing their noodle because they can't find what they're looking for. So part of it is also about supporting and creating a situation for you that isn't going to be so overwhelming. Plan ahead, right? Part of using our tools is planning ahead. Part of that insight, that aha, staying high vibrational, keeping yourself sane. Embrace change. It's kind of the card of 2020, right? So we can't do anything about the push and pull, the crazy, the global, the ongoing. All we can do is embrace it, try and get it to work for us. 3 years ago, grocery delivery was not as predominant. We didn't have as many places doing it. Now, most places have. Some change is good. Some changes are harder. No matter how it impacts you. It's taking that deep breath and going, okay, so this is what it is. How can I go forward, fitting it into my world so that I'm not reactive? If it's something we can change, sure, we can start to look at that and do some reflection. Is it something that we need to reflect on? Or can we change it? Should we change it? Or should we embrace this change and nurture it? Oh, yes. Please cherish innocence. So important. This is such a magical time of the year. Hey. Anytime you have a large group of people celebrating, focusing energy, time, it starts to culminate this amazing vortex of energy. We have hundreds of thousands of children who are so excited. Sure, there's lots going on. They're like, yeah, whatever. I go with it because they're more flexible than we are. But they're excited. They have that anticipation, that joy, that wonder. The angels are reminding you, please don't forget that inner child. Let them out. Let them decorate the gingerbread cookies. Have a gingerbread cookie. Enjoy. We don't want to be too restrictive on self. We don't want to get too caught up in the push and pull and the demands, the expectations. We want to have some fun. When we have fun, that's when we are shifting our energies. We're enjoying what's happening. We're getting out of our head and we're allowing our high vibrational support team to help us out even more. All right, let's get into this a bit more. What further insight, wisdom, and guidance can the angels share with my friends? The Empress, the third card in the Major Arcana, reminding you that even though many of us are taking breaks right now, we still have the ability to grow, to create, and to thrive. We're not shutting down or quitting on ourselves. Sure, many of us may not be going into work or we're wrapping up for some holidays. That still gives us time to be creative. It still gives us time to do what really fills us with joy, happiness, and helps us to connect in to some life-giving aspects. The angels are reminding you this is an amazing time to create, to enjoy that bounty of all your hard work. We are in a situation, so if you saw my reading for this week that I did on Friday, we're in a tower situation. The Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords, Pamela Coleman Smith drew this woman who's blindfolded and all bound up, and there's swords all around her, and she feels stuck. We can't hyper focus in on that. If we're feeling that way, that is when we need to embrace the Empress energy. Take some time to be creative, nurture you in some life-giving ways. So things like making sure that you're drinking water, making sure that you're eating properly. Yes, I sound like your mother, but what do you think the Empress is? Right? Taking time and decombusting so that you don't explode. Meditation, fantastic. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. And meditation is super huge important. I have guided meditations. I've got 3 playlists of them. I've got a mindfulness playlist. These are important elements and that can help you when you're feeling all just tight and feeling like the world is crashing down on you. That breath will help. It helps to ground you, helps to enrich you. It's part of that process of seeking within. And it's about really embracing that change. Many of us, 5 10 years ago, meditation was really a clickbait word. Like, ooh, only people who are into like granola eat that or do that. Now, most of us will eat better, and most of us are starting to look at other practices to help us. Same is true now more than ever, because those energies, that expectation, that demand, it's overwhelming. We need to use our strategies so we don't burn out, so that we don't feel like, well, we're being crushed by our everyday. The Page of Pentacles. So, pages, that carefree, innocent energy, really reminding you to ground yourself in that playful, joyous energy. There's more of an opportunity during the holidays to get out and have that fun. Let that inner child out. Additionally, there are more opportunities to dive into some different ideas, different things that have been sitting in the back burner, but you've never had the time. Like I said, many of us are winding down for the year. Many of us are looking forward to a break. Even if you have to work through the holidays, making sure that you give yourself 5-10 minutes, half an hour to play, to nurture you, so that you don't feel like that life is so hard. I started saying back in August that I knew that this winter was going to be a challenge. They kept telling me, prepare, prepare, prepare. And I'm like, prepare, got it. Well, we're starting to see some of that come forward already at the beginning of December. So we need to have those tools. Meditation. We need to have those grounding elements. We need to have that nurturing, life-giving aspect. Not forgetting our amazing abilities to be creative, to be resourceful. Now it's time to really allow that inner human to thrive. The Nine of Wands. Reminding us, we've done this before. This is not our first rodeo, my friends. We've dealt with crazy in this lifetime. We've dealt with holidays in this lifetime. In past lifetimes, we have dealt with pandemics, epidemics, wars, famines. We know how to be resourceful. It's part of our DNA. What we need to do is remember to breathe and not be reactive, so that if a situation occurs, we're not barking at somebody and they bark at us. We're able to go, oh, deep breath. Okay. So we can start to use our intuition and our frontal cortex. Like I said in past videos, there is no mystery as to why our third eye is here and our processing in our brain is right here. They work together. Part of that kind of DNA coil thing, right? Using what we've done in the past, if it worked. If it didn't, use our creativity. How can you add other elements to really make it shine? Make it work for you. Reminding us that the chapter is about to end. We're going to see things shift. This table, there we go. That things are going to end. We have a year running out of table space. There we go. We have a year that's starting to end in a couple of weeks, which is really crazy. So we're going to be entering into 2022. But also, what we're dealing with is going to shift, especially if we start to move away from the Eight of Swords, moving towards our inner light and our inner passions. Embracing the Empress, embracing the Page. You're going to see the Dancer, the World, this lady here, support you so much. You're going to really appreciate what you're going to be going into. because those opportunities are going to pop, snapple, and crackle. It's going to be amazing. The Ace of Pentacles. That next stage, phenomenal. Aces are always about new beginnings. That Pentacle, well, that's growth, that's abundance. So taking that time, nurturing you, caring for you, as hokey as it sounds, goes a long way in nurturing and bringing forth that abundance that we're looking for, that we're needing, that growth that we're needing for ourselves. Now, we do have 1, 2, 3 pentacles, or earth-based cards. Please remember, when things are hard, that expectation, the demand, the energies, the crazy of trying to even get a thing of milk, ground yourself. When you have that grounded energy, when you feel stable, again, you're able to think up here rather than back here. So when they're screaming at you, you can go, oh, looks like you're having a bad day. Using here will support you in, rather than feeding that low vibrational push and pull that we're all feeling, you're going to be feeding some of that Christmas holiday magic. And you're going to model for people that when things get hard, you can still have that high road, making sure that you're taking some steps for you that are going to support you rather than giving you more grief. You don't want to keep perpetuating the same problems. We want to break those patterns. Because when we start to break those patterns and use our tools and skills in a different way, we're going to see that abundance and that shift occur even faster. And it's going to be even more giving and more abundant, because the universe loves to give us little gold stars. I know a lot of times we feel like the universe is out to get us. Not true. Just like a parent, they nag and nag and nag, but when we're doing right, you get gold stars. And those gold stars come in forms of abundance, comes form of opportunities, added supports, people who are going to help you grow and thrive. Things get easier. The universe starts to slide things into place so that you're going at an easier rate. You're not working as hard. You're able to enjoy, you're able to continue your growth and development. You're able to raise that vibration. And when I say raise that vibration, I mean you feel better, physically, mentally, spiritually. The 7 or the 8 of Swords doesn't come into play, because when these energies start to come in, you can use your tools and go, oh, feeling funky. I know that when I feel this way, I can use some of my tools. So if I start to feel a little bit funky, take a few minutes and I go take a shower, take a bubble bath, because water helps to cleanse that kind of stuff. Or I ground myself, or I take 20 minutes and I go do something fantastically fun. Shifting here starts to shift energies around you, starts to make you feel better. You feel stronger and more able to do things. So you're not feeling so overwhelmed. So high vibration, you're up here rather than reacting with your ego. This holiday, it's going to be really important that we are using our tools, because like I said, back in May, when we entered into Gemini, Castors and Pollux, which are the twins of Gemini, started to push and pull the energies. It's like they're tantruming. Well, they've had an epic tantrum till now. I don't know when we're going to see that energy shift. And I'm going to be very sad if we hit Castor and Pollux again at the end of May going, and we're still tantruming. Sometimes it does feel like we can't get our feet under ourselves because of where that push and pull is. So things that I can recommend, I've got meditations galore. You can go onto any of the playlists and grab one that resonates with you. You're not going to pick a wrong one. Crystals that I can recommend. Here we go. This is called Tiger Iron. It's red and black, and it's going to help with your grounding. Keep you in that grounded energy. Things that, another one that can help And especially if you live in a big city and are really impacted by energies. It's called a selenite bar, and it is fantastic at getting rid of energies that we don't want. I do have a Crystal 101 on my playlist that talks more about crystals. So if you want more recommendations on crystals that can help you, I've got that. You can go check that out and it will help. Okay. But these are what the angels are really telling you. We need to stay high vibrational. So stay up here, not reactive. And we need to make decisions that are going to feed us through those life-giving aspects, things that are creative. Anytime we're in our creative mind, we're not starting to focus in on the problem and the challenge of the Eight of Swords. We're focusing on the fun. We have the Page and we have that innocent child in the Oracle deck that are really going to support us and guide us to that play and that fun. All right, let's see what else will help. What healing could my friends focus in on as we enter in to 2022? Okay. Balance. So important. Part of balance is that grounded stability. Balance is and balance, it's not just like, oh, we have one and then the other. Right now we are balancing so many balls and so much expectation and demand, you feel like a juggling act. Taking that time, like I said, meditation will be a lifesaver. And if you're like me, I can't go into a room and go, I'm going to sit for 35 minutes and go home. My mind goes everywhere. That's why I have guided meditations. It took the angels and my high vibrational team probably 15 years to convince me meditation worked. And then when I'm like, this actually does work, I kid you not, one of them gopher flopped at me. They're like, got it. So I'm trying to make it as easy as I can for you guys. Some people can sit and just empty their mind and sit and I can't. So, but I can support you in balancing. I've got a lot of balancing meditations that will really help out. Last Christmas, I brought out an epic balancing. Like when I finished it, I was just like, this is awesome. It was brought out in my Just You and Me playlist, and it's called Balancing, and it's a chakra balancing. You feel so amazing after it. I've even done my own meditations. They are awesome. I love that one. So helpful. Something that you can use. And I think that one is something like 5 minutes or something like that. It's easy to incorporate in. And once you've done it, you can use your crystals to support that balance. Because right now, the energies, the expectations and demands are destabilizing us. So the more stable we are, the more balanced we are, the more grounded we are, the more we feel in control of ourselves, and we don't feel so lost, and we don't feel so overwhelmed. Music. Yeah, sure, you could listen to some Christmas tunes. This is more about being open to the melody, to that universal song. The high vibrational beings do not speak our rudimentary language. It does not matter what language that has been created in our earth right now that we speak. It's too rudimentary. They use melody and pitch and, well, I won't lie. There's a lot of more energetical communication, but that universal melody, that universal song, our heart song, we need to be open to that. What makes us sing? Now, if you're like me, I don't sing, but the heart sings because you feel good. You feel amazing when you're doing it. So, really reinforcing that life-giving aspect. Probably one of the hardest things to do. Surrender and release. There are things that we know aren't working. They just perpetuate problems. We look at it and go, yeah, one day. Well, looking at releasing some of that, just surrender to it and look at releasing. Because if we know it's causing us problems, if we know it's low vibrational, taking those steps to start to release it so that we can start to fill it with positive, loving situations, events, and people. Think of it as having a cup inside of you. Okay. If you have a cup and you fill it with sludgy gunkiness at the bottom, that life-giving water or fluid, that energy, we have less and less of it. But if we go, okay, I can do this, and you go down and you get some of that gunkiness and you sling it out and release it, what happens? Well, you have a lot more space for those life-giving aspects, those high vibrational, those amazing things that you know are working, because more of it's coming. We just don't have the space for it. So think of it as kind of gardening, like pruning your garden. If you pull out all the weeds, you have more space for the carrots and the flowers. We too are the same way. We have to get rid of some of that stuff that isn't serving us, that's not helping us grow. When we do that, it's when we are able to have those things go for us. We feel like, hey, this is working. I'm enjoying this. We have that connection. We have that fulfillment. Things that go hand in hand. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me and the angels. I love this segment. I love this session. It's so much fun. Taking the time to embrace that angelic energy, anyone can do it at any time. It's intention and sitting down and giving yourself some time and permission to do it. Like I said, this segment will come in 2022. The weekly readings, 2022 for sure. There's going to be a lot more that I'm going to continue adding because I want to give you guys as many tools and as many supports as I can. The guidance, fantastic, sure, but you need more than that. Because if it was just guidance we need, well, we would have that. We've got a lot of guidance. We need to know how to go forward with it, how we can embrace what we really want while avoiding and kind of sidestepping the stuff that isn't happening, that we know will only bring us more pain and heartache. That is what you guys can look forward to in 2022. So much more. Also, I've got a lot of fun things coming up at the end of the month in the next couple of weeks. So please subscribe if you hadn't, because there's going to be a lot more content coming up starting next week, actually. So you don't want to miss any of it. The best way, subscribe where you're not missing anything. If you hit the bell thingy, that'll actually tell you when I'm live or tell you what's happening. And if you did like this video, of course, give it a thumbs up. It helps people find me on the sea of YouTube because it's a big sea. And people stumble across me and go, oh my God, are you new? I've been doing this for years. So anyway, I want to thank you guys for joining me. And I will see you guys on Friday with my live session. Until tomorrow, my friends.